And for the record, the overhead mics are panned hard left, hard right, and the toms are panned hard left and hard right. We're going to go over a few things as to what do our mics sound like. I'd like to isolate a couple mics so you can kind of hear them one at a time, and we'll know which mics we like. If we wanted a minimal mic setup, what do certain combinations of mic setups that I've come up with sound like, and why does the camcorder always sound so bad? And we know that that is because the automatic compression, for one thing, in the camera makes it the compression cut in and cut out all the time, and so it causes like a pumping of the music. And now even if you turn that off, you're still not getting the best sound because it's one mic picking up everything. So as we put more mics on our kit, we're going to be able to isolate sounds and just hear kind of a close-up sound of certain instruments and a far-away sound of other instruments, so we get a nice blend. Anyway, so here we go. The first one we're going to do is let's hear what overheads alone sound like. So here goes. We're going to do overheads only. So you can hear that sounds kind of thin. We don't have the automatic compression happening there, but it does sound kind of thin, right? And the mix isn't what we're used to hearing. So now let's take that down and let's listen to, I have that room mic, let's try that. You'll hear I have it panned off to the right hand side a bit because I thought it mixed better with everything else. So that sounds similar. Okay, now let's go with kick and snare. That one sounded pretty good to me before. So you'll hear that the snare is picking up some hi-hat, a little bit of cymbals, but not very much cymbal. So now let's use that combination with the room mic. And you'll hear the background come in. Okay, so let's pull the room mic out. Let's bring our overheads back in. So what I like to do is when I bring the overheads back in, I just sort of balance, kind of like the cymbals with everything else. And now for this part, I'm going to bring my toms back up. Not that we hit them very often. So we have everything except for the that room mic, which was around 10-12 feet away, which isn't that far, but sound takes a while to travel. So now I'm going to bring that room mic back in, and you'll hear it's just almost a little bit like a reverb, but it just brings a nice depth into the music. Here's without the room mic again. Bringing it back in. I'll put a little bit extra. So you can hear, you don't want too much of it, but just enough to kind of spread the sound out nicely. Okay, so hopefully that kind of helps you see how I come up with my sound, and maybe gives you some ideas for your own sound.